When I have fears that I may cease to be, before my pen has gleaned my teeming brain, before high-piled books, in charactery, hold like rich garners the full ripened grain. When I behold upon the night-starred face huge cloudy symbols of a high romance, and think that I may never live to trace their shadows with the magic hand of chance. And when I feel, fair creature of an hour, that I shall never look upon thee more, never have relish in the fairy power of unreflecting love, then on the shore of the wide world I stand alone and think, till love and fame to nothingness do sink. This was the poem When I Have Fears That I May Cease to Be by John Keats. I do believe it was written in either 1818 or 1819. It is a very sad poem if you consider just the content of the poem, but also if you realize that it was written because John Keats himself found out at a very young age that he was going to pass away at a young age. It's very sad because it is a true testament to his sorrow and his fears of having to die at a young age. It also is sad because it also testifies to all the death he's seen in his life, especially in his family. Very, very young people around him were passing away. It's broken up into 3 parts. The first part, when it says, "When I have fears that I may cease to be, before my pen has gleaned my teeming brain," that's the part where he is expressing his regrets of not being able to write more and to be more successful and for people to know who he is and what he was about, which we obviously know now. But the second part, when he's talking about romance and fair creature of an hour, he's talking about the love he has that he's going to lose because he can't take it with him because he's dying. And so before he's even gotten to nurture this love, it's going to be taken away from him. He in his last part, it's very sort of depressing that you realize he's kind of given this hopelessness, this despairing end, saying that what is it all for? What is love and what is fame if it's just going to sink into the abyss of death with him? That what he's achieved in this world is potentially nothing. Well, to him it is, not to everyone else, but how he's expressing himself in the poem is showing how he's very done and he's very hopeless in his account of life. But it's sad he passed away shortly after this poem in 1821. But I'm glad I got to read it. It was a very good fluid poem. It had beautiful words and they were concrete and they were able to paint a picture without being too all over the place. It was very to the point, his fears, his lost love, and his hopeless feeling, and still in his ability to be poetic, he was able to pull off such a great poem. It was my pleasure to read it. So thank you for watching.